Welcome to the Emotional Balance Sheet, the go-to podcast for parents with multiple kids, especially those with twins, triplets, or more, who are navigating the maze of modern family life and personal finance. Whether you're overwhelmed by education or retirement planning, parenting dilemmas, career transitions, or trying to define your purpose and plan, we're here to guide you with empathy, encouragement, and expertise. Hosted by Paul Fenner, founder of Tama Capital, a certified financial planner and parent to 4 kids, including a set of triplets. Our podcast is your ally in the quest for financial peace of mind, proving that money matters, but family comes first. Subscribe now and join our community of empowered parents at tamacapital.com. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon for investment decisions. Clients of Tama may retain positions in the securities discussed in this podcast.
What does comprehensive financial planning even mean? At Tama Capital, it means a family office where lifestyle planning such as retirement, college, portfolio management, and tax prep and planning are all under one umbrella. But it goes beyond numbers. We focus as much on the emotional side of financial planning as we do on the financial side. We get you. We understand your challenges of building a family, business or career, and a healthy life. We are devoted to wealth planning for families like yours because we are you. Learn how our family can help your family by visiting tamacapital.com. Hi, and welcome back. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, you'll notice something different about me today. I'm wearing a hat. I don't know if I've ever worn a hat on a episode or not, so this is a first, but stick with me. I got a good story to tell about it. Last night, I checked an item off my bucket list. And the thing about bucket list I kind of learned last night is they don't have to be big. And I think that's one of the things when it comes to this bucket list idea is that it has to be something big, a big trip, a big party, whatever it may be. But what I found out last night was that something so small could have such a meaningful impact. And I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with this Canadian band called Barenaked Ladies. They were kind of a big pop cultural hit back in the mid to late 90s. To age myself, I started listening to them. I think I listened to their first record around 1996. That would have put me around freshman, sophomore year in undergrad. And the band just kind of resonated with me. And so looking at the date, that's about 30 plus, close to 40 years ago. And they tour all the time. They come to Metro Detroit. They've come to other places I've lived throughout the country. And I've always wanted to go and never been able to. The closest I got was a couple years ago. Teresa got us tickets for my birthday. And of course, it was on a weekend where we had a state swim meet. So guess what? Didn't get to go. But last night, last minute, day before the show, Teresa sprang for tickets. And I have to thank her because we were supposed to go see another concert, Earth, Wind, and Fire. You remember their great hit, September. And I'm like, I don't really want to go to that. And then when I found out B&L, as they're known, was playing, I'm like, oh, this is it. And so we went. And while we were walking in, we ran into neighbors of ours, friends of ours, actually Tama family office families of ours. And it was great. We had a couple beers, had some dinner, and then we went our ways. And then they had an opening act, Sugar Ray, another 90s band. But when Barenaked Ladies came out and they started playing, this is going to sound strange. I started getting emotional, and Teresa could see it too. And she's like, "You're so glad to be here, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yes, I am really appreciative and thankful that we decided to go because we've had a lot going on." Talk about bucket list. I'll get to that in another bucket list item. We've got a bigger trip bucket list coming up here this next week. But it took me back. And that's the thing I love about music, is that it can take you back to a point in time in your life, whether that's a good point or a low point. But it just brought back this rush of emotions of hearing a song and knowing exactly where you were at the time when you first heard it, or one that comes on the radio unexpectedly, or comes up in shuffle mode on your iPhone or music device, and it just takes you back. And maybe it's because I've gotten older and more nostalgic, I guess, but it's awesome to feel something. And I was having a conversation similarly with one of my family office clients that retired this week, and we talked about this emotion that we feel with what we do and how I work with people, and how I've said it once, I'll say it again 1,000 more times. Financial planning is 20% financial and 80% emotions. And it again, bringing this back to this music, this bucket list, this item, or this idea of being able to have these positive emotions and to feel something is very powerful. And it was worth the money. It was worth paying $20 almost for multiple beers. It was just an awesome night. And to share that with somebody I love was even more meaningful. And that gets me back to my next point I want to bring up is, like I mentioned this a minute ago, is this was something small. It wasn't this big anniversary trip that Teresa and I are about to go on in a week. It was going to a concert. And little adventures, they can add up to a big life. And I think about this too when Madison and even when Mackenzie was swimming, we'd travel around the metro area and travel to the west side of the state here in Michigan for swim meets. And I always told the girls, like, I love these little adventures. Even like when we have to get up at 6 o'clock and we're driving and we're seeing the sunrise. It's like, oh my gosh, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be exhausting. It's this, it's that, and it's easy to get down. But then I remind myself and the girls that we won't have these opportunities or these adventures that much longer together. They'll change as they get older, but having those little things to look forward to and to remind myself of, I wanted to share that take these little adventures. Don't just wait and kick the can down the road like for the big one, because maybe the big one doesn't happen. But these little ones, they can take place every day and typically ordinary experiences. So those are the things I wanted to share with you this morning. Find music that moves you, that can motivate you, that can make you feel something, that can take you back, and go on little adventures. Put on the bucket list little things, not necessarily all the big things. Now that you've made it to the end of another great conversation, are you looking for more? If so, head over to tamacapital.com, where you will find all of our conversations. Use the search feature to find the topic or guest you would love to learn more about. Also, don't forget to make someone else's day by sharing our show. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.